Bill, I know you have been through it. The sun is up. What kind of damage are you seeing first? Are you, or is Steph, is everyone on your team okay? And what are you seeing now that the sun is coming up?
Hey, good morning, Bree and Bernie. We're doing all right. Everybody's doing just fine with our crew, and you can see the emergency first responders. They are heading out, trying to check on people throughout the Sarasota area. Now that we have the sunlight, we're dealing with the damage assessments. We saw Sarasota police out a short time ago with a tethered drone up in the air. Again, they're searching for boats that may have been submerged. They're getting those rapid damage assessments now that the sun is up. Right here, you can see this is one of the roadblocks to the bridges. This is to get to the barrier islands like City Island and Longboat Key. At this point, they are only letting first responders onto those barrier islands for these damage checks and assessments, and of course to check on people who may not have left and evacuated before that storm surge poured in. You could see from the video of the conditions we encountered last night here in Sarasota. I was telling Bernie earlier this morning, this was one of those situations. Every single hurricane is unique. The front end of Hurricane Milton was not all that impressive, and it was eerily quiet in the eye. Sarasota ended up being right in the eye of this Category 3 hurricane. And then as Hurricane Milton was pushing inland, we were just absolutely slammed on the back end with all of the storm surge pouring in from different directions. You could see just how much water flooded into the streets of downtown Sarasota within a matter of minutes. We were at a hotel, sturdy hurricane-rated hotel with a parking garage downtown. We had multiple plans and exit strategies, again, just about 4 blocks away, and you could see just how quickly that water came pouring in from all different directions. It wasn't all that bad right at the harbor and marina level, but again, when you have storm surge pouring in like that, it can come from all sorts of places. Again, the damage assessments are underway this morning. We hope to get more information about the barrier islands. We're very concerned about folks who decided not to follow those evacuation orders on the barrier islands. Again, we don't have a drone in the air just yet because we know first responders have drones in the air. We cannot interfere with that. We need to make sure they get the search and rescue, check on those damage assessments, and we will be reporting back throughout the morning. But again here, did see some cars stalled out in the water left behind, and we'll be getting more reports from confirmed reports from authorities throughout the day.
Bill, I have to ask you before you go. You went from polar opposites. You were in the eye. You told me how eerie it was. Then, what, half an hour later, that storm surge, I guess the best way to describe it was fast and furious.
Violent. Bernie, I'll tell you, violent.
Okay.
Again, first responders out here on quads now trying to get through some of the damage here to check on people. Yeah, it was violent. I mean, it came in from different directions. Rocking the sides of the car. You saw from, I'm not sure if you've seen it yet, we had a live hit last night on our live wall-to-wall coverage on AccuWeather. A news van from the Orlando market came in, and when that crew finally made it through that water, barely made it in with the engine sputtering. Again, these are folks who have been in Florida for decades, covered storms for decades. They said that big, heavy loaded van, they could feel the back end starting to float. So we're talking about very powerful water. That's why we urge people, it happens fast and furious. Do not let your guard down, even in the eye of the storm. So we know some people were telling us this storm isn't all that bad. What, Hurricane Milton? Then the back end came through, and we got smacked.